Jane Furlong was just 17 years old when she vanished into thin air in May of 1993. Jane's boyfriend, Danny Norsworthy, reported her missing on May 28, 1993, after she failed to meet him as they had prearranged on Auckland's Karangahape Road on May 26. Jane worked as a sex worker, and so pretty quickly police seem to believe that she must have fallen foul as a result of her occupation. However, Jane was also due to testify in 2 separate legal cases, one involving a gang and one involving a prominent businessman who had committed multiple sex attacks on sex workers. Jane's boyfriend Danny was also considered as a suspect. The person who reports someone missing, as well as the fact that he was her boyfriend, always puts them high at the top of the suspect list, although it seems as though he was pretty well ruled out in the investigation and continued to be involved over the coming years, although it's said that he fluctuated in his levels of cooperation. As the years went by and police continued their investigation, there was still no sign of Jane, and she featured in an episode of Sensing Murder, which I have some thoughts on that. Anyway, the 2 psychics, Deb Weber and Calvin Cruikshank, both said they felt she was probably dead and buried somewhere in the Auckland City region. They suggested she may be at the Domain. Anyway, as it happens, that's not where Jane was. In 2012, a woman was out walking her dog on Sunset Beach in Port Waikato, more than 100 kilometres away from where Jane was last seen alive. She spotted what she thought looked like human remains. An investigation was carried out and confirmed that the skeleton actually was that of previously missing Jane Furlong, and it was erosion in the dunes that had caused her remains to finally be uncovered. This new development in the case led to a fresh line of inquiry, and police put up a $50,000 reward for any information leading to the perpetrator of the murder of Jane Furlong. Jane's mother, Judith, was hopeful that finally she and her family and Jane's son, Aidan, might actually now get to have closure. And while there were an avalanche of fresh leads to the case, ultimately none of them led to any material breakthroughs. One minor breakthrough was when a non-associate of Jane Furlong, Wayne McGrath, who is a serial sex offender and convicted murderer, actually named himself as a suspect in the Furlong case at his own trial. However, police have never confirmed this, nor have they denied it, so we don't really know. And sadly, Jane's boyfriend, Danny Norsworthy, died in 2022. He was only in his 40s, but apparently he had battled with health conditions for a long time, and investigators said this was a pretty devastating blow to the case because he was their best lead for information. So since then, there hasn't really been any updates. Police have said that although the case technically remains open, they are no longer dedicating any time or resources to it. So, dunno, maybe we'll never find out what happened to Jane. It's a sad thought.